Welcome to the Chinampas of Xochimilco. This is the ancient heart of Mexico City, and today I get to try the kind of food that's been cooked here for hundreds of years.
Bueno, unbelievable.
But before we take to the canals, I'm diving into the capital for street food classics that are too often overlooked.
Man, Mexico City is absolutely buzzing. Wherever you go, there's street food vendors literally at every corner.
Everywhere, man.
What is the most exciting part of Mexico City's food culture for you?
Nowadays, if you think in Mexico City's food, you probably think of al pastor tacos, bistec tacos, suadero, which of course it is traditional, but it's new for so to say it like that. If you go all the way back before the Spanish came here, the food from here, the Chinampas food, they were mostly plant-based dishes. That's great for you.
That's great for me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm excited.
And a lot of these food vendors still today serve those kind of dishes, so we can try some.
Yeah, let's do
Ready?
it. Awesome.
To find the hidden gems of this city, I'm not on my own. With me is chef, writer and social media sensation Calixto Serna. With more than 13 million followers on TikTok and with his own popular YouTube channel, Calixto is known for bringing the bold flavors of Mexico to the people. Today, I'm lucky enough to call him my guide to some of the city's rarest food experiences.
I'm excited to kick things off. I've been in Mexico City for a few days now, so I tried a few of the classics. I think I've had tacos, quesadillas, tacos. But I think you've got something else to apply for us.
Yes, I have a lot of things to show you with fresh ingredients, with masa. So I think we should start with gorditas.
In Mexico, mornings come alive with the sound of sizzling masa. It's a rhythm that kicks not only the day, but also the taste buds into gear. And whilst tacos and quesadillas have risen to worldwide fame, there's a whole range of other masa-based dishes that locals swear by. One of them is gorditas. To try it out, Calixto is taking me to a small street food stall south of the buzzing center of the city, where local chef Angelica keeps a family tradition alive.
La abuelita llegó aquí a vivir y ella empezó a vender quesadillas, sopes y gorditas. Yo estaba muy pequeña y andaba ahí jugando y haciendo las quesadillas y aprendí muy bien. Ya después mi abuelita se fue, bueno, falleció. Ya después hicimos un equipo, mi mamá, mi hermano y yo. Fallecieron y pues ya me quedé yo aquí al frente del negocio y ahora soy yo y mis hijos.
But before we joined her in the kitchen, it was time for a trip to the local market to pick up today's essentials. Accompanied by the early morning light, the market is the starting point of Angelica's day. Here's where she buys her aromatics and freshly milled masa that are both destined to be transformed into today's gorditas.
One of the things that makes Angie's place so special is that it's really near a market, near the molino. They do fresh food.
Every day.
Yeah, because it's one block away, the market, so it's fresh ingredients every day.
With the goods in the bag, it was time to head back home and let the magic begin. First up is the salsa. It's a humble but powerful mixture of green tomatoes, jalapenos and garlic.
También mi salsa no lleva nada de agua, puro tomate y chilecino.
Crush it down, then flavor it with coriander and salt and blend it into a smooth sauce. By not adding any water, the only liquid comes from the green tomatoes, giving the salsa a fragrant tanginess and vibrant green color that begs to be paired with one of Mexico's famous street foods. But before the masa is ready to go, it requires a finishing touch and a whole lot of muscle. Bought freshly from the mill, it's too thick to be used for gorditas straight away.
Necesitar un poco más de agua.
Instead, it's mixed with water and salt and kneaded until it turns from a firm dough into a smooth, clay-like texture that can easily be shaped into patties like this. Then, it's showtime. With the prep out of the way and the comal fired up, the gorditas are only moments away. One by one, the masa is shaped into thick rounds before they are grilled on the comal until beautifully charred. The cue for the first filling. Whilst the masa is filling the air with the aroma of toasted corn, a mixture of mushrooms, onions and a local herb called epazote are reheated on the comal. Slice open the gordita, add the filling and bring on the green salsa. For a different flavor, the gordita is filled with potatoes that have been previously boiled and mashed together with some oil and salt. Add to that red salsa, then finish both with a generous sprinkle of onions. Our gorditas are ready to go.
What do you think of this, man?
I am so excited, honestly. That looks insane. That looks serious.
These are the classic gorditas. I wouldn't say a sandwich, but it's like a sandwich of masa, you know?
Yeah, masa.
It's masa, filling, masa.
I get you. Yeah, no, honestly. Okay, I'll start with the mushroom one. Oh boy, look at that. That is loaded. And also that green salsa on here. She went all out.
She asked you if you eat spicy.
She asked if I want it spicy. I said no problem. Here we go, and I'm gonna
You
regret it.
actually said no limits.
No limits.
You said no limits.
That is true. Here we go. First gordita. Cheers. Oh, man. That is unbelievable. That flavor of the comal, that toasted masa, unreal, and then that salsa.
It has like a crispy texture, right, on the outside.
Crispy on the outside, but then soft inside. Man, it's absolutely perfect. That is so good.
You also need to try this one.
Oh, the mushroom soup?
You want a flop?
Yep. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, and the red salsa here, completely different. The mashed potatoes is so good. There's just such a pure flavor of potatoes going on there.
It's fresh every day. Everything sourced here from the market.
Which is meters away, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, we went there this morning, went to the market, picked up the ingredients, made the salsa, and like minutes later you're eating it.
Yeah.
It can only be good that way. That is good food, that's what it's all about.
Soon, Calixto and I are leaving the buzz of the urban city for a once-in-a-lifetime experience in the UNESCO-protected Chinampas. But before, we're hitting another street food stall, plus a buzzing market most tourists happen to miss.
I've had quesadillas now, I've had tlacoyos, and now gorditas. And all of them cooked on a comal. It's almost when you walk around town and you see a comal, good things are about to happen.
It's always a good sign. And speaking about comales, there is one more dish I need you to try. I think it's really popular for Mexicans, but not so much for people that come from the outside. Let's have some pambazos.
If you thought Mexican street food revolves all around corn, let me introduce you to Pambazo. This is not your everyday sandwich. It's a sandwich Mexican style, and that means with a fiery twist. To see how it's made, Calixto is taking me to a street food stall in the heart of Mexico City's Condesa.
La que empezó fue mi mamá y tengo 15 años que yo estoy sola ya. Mi mamá ya no vino, pero sí es lo que tenemos aquí, 43 años.
With Patricia carrying on the legacy, we were in good hands to get a taste of this famous local sandwich. Pambazo starts with attitude. The soft bread is dunked into a vibrant red salsa made from guajillo chilies before it's toasted on the comal until crispy. Heat up some mashed potatoes, then let the layering begin. Cooked greens called calites, the potatoes, plenty of lettuce and yellow salsa turn the humble bread into a street food sensation.
It looks amazing, the potatoes and then the calites.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try
And also
that.
well, let's try it first. Yeah.
Let's try it first, here we go. First Pambazo. Oh yeah. Oh, it's fiery.
It's a chile manzano, which is a chili. Sometimes it can be spicy. It depends on the season, you know. Sometimes
Right.
the same chili, it's not spicy, but in a season, they're like way more spicy.
Well, this one gets big points on texture because you get a crunch on the top, then you get a soft bread. Potatoes, mashed potatoes inside, so soft again. So that crunch on the outside, that is really nice. The calites had a really nice herbal touch as well, so it's awesome. It's quite light as well. I thought like bread and potatoes, carbs on carbs, but actually, you can just hoover one of these up and you're completely fine. That is a really nice snack.
I can over 8, man.
Let's go.
And I have the perfect refreshment here next door.
I can see it from here.
Juice, salt, any kind of juice you can imagine.
Oh man, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's have one of those.
So, man, this is a classic juice stall.
Right.
This is Jugo's Pepe. Check this one out. It's called verde, green juice, grapefruit, celery, cactus, pineapple,
crazy.
ginger, parsley, and spinach.
I love that that's a green juice here. I mean, the cactus in it. That is so unusual to me. That's so cool.
Do you want one green juice?
Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna have one of those.
I want to have one vampiro,
Okay.
which is beetroot, celery, pineapple, carrot, and orange.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go. I think I've seen the portion sizes here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for Chico.
Chico.
Because that is Chico.
Yeah, that's Chico.
And how much is big?
Big is 1 liter.
Big is 1 liter of
The
juice.
small is like 600 milliliters.
600, more than half a liter. That's a small juice. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Let's have a small green juice.
You might think of juice bars as a somewhat modern craze, but let me tell you, Mexicans have been far ahead of the curve, with stalls like this one found at nearly every street corner. Making the fresh juice is quick. First up is the Jugo Verde, for which celery, cactus, spinach, pineapple, ginger and grapefruit juice are blended into a vibrant green mixture that defies all stereotypes of your typical green juice. Next is Vampiro. Here, beetroot, celery, pineapple and carrot are turned into a vibrant red liquid worthy of its name before it's topped up with orange juice. Time to taste.
Here we go. Cheers. Oh, what? Are you kidding?
Delicious,
Oh man,
right?
yeah, it's so good. It's tangy. It's so
Yeah.
tangy and refreshing. There's no water added. It's just the juices of all the good stuff. Crazy. I can't believe there's cactus in there. I don't taste it. But it must add a lot of healthy vitamins.
Yeah,
I can imagine nutrients loads.
Eat your greens, man, or drink your greens. Do you want to try this one?
Let's switch it up. This is the vampiro.
Vampiro.
That is, oh, I love that one. The tanginess of the pineapple is crazy. Here's the next one.
This is amazing. And you can feel it's good for you, you know? I don't know if it's my mind but you can feel.
Oh, this is also really good. It's completely different. Earthiness from the beetroot, but it has the carrots in there, so it has a really nice natural sweetness.
Yeah.
I love that this is a small size. I mean, 600 milliliters of juice. You rock up at a stall, you have one of these. I mean, you're set for the day. That's crazy.
So, man, how do you like it so far?
Oh, dude, honestly, I'm loving it because we had the Pambazos, we had the Gorditas, we had the fresh juice. It's just so much fun. You walk around town and at every street food corner you have something different.
It's like that in Mexico City, man. A lot of options, a lot of food stalls everywhere. But I think we're missing something really important, Roy, and it's the food in the market. In Mexican markets, you can try the real authentic food, not like in a restaurant. Here is more like where locals eat on a daily basis. You need something, if you just went out of your job, you stop at the market, eat something that is cheap, it's good, and it's fresh.
That's usually the best thing, is follow the locals, and that's where the secrets are, the secrets to the best flavors.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And we're gonna try some sopes.
Step through one of the many red and yellow portals of Mercado Coyoacan and feel how the suddenly calm-seeming urban landscape gives way to an all-engulfing buzz of cheddar, scents and vibrant color. It's as if the far-reaching corners of the country are all represented within these four walls, from fruit sellers to birthday piñatas, from mountains of nuts to delicate sweets, from any accessory you can possibly imagine to a seemingly endless stretch of food stalls. Navigating through this labyrinth with a sixth sense-like determination, Calixto leads me to a sudden opening. Here, hidden deep inside the buzzing beehive, resides Quesadillas Luca. And even though the name may suggest otherwise, it's where locals flock for yet another Mexican street food icon. And so our masa saga continues. This time it is hand-pressed into discs slightly thicker than tortillas, before being fried to crispy perfection. A short encounter with the comal allows them to be topped with a layer of refried beans and crunchy lettuce, before adding the flavors of choice. Today, that is Mexico's famous stewed green peppers called rajas, and for a second option, the local delicacy known as Huitlacoche.
Okay, man, we've got two different sopes. That was so quick. It's also the first fried maize, or the first fried masa I had.
Really? You're in for a treat, man.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. So we've got the rajas
Rajas
and then huitlacoche.
with Huitlacoche. Yeah, so basically rajas is a chile poblano that we burn,
Right.
and we peel, and then we cut like that. It's not a spicy chili.
No, okay, but flavor.
Huitlacoche, amazing, you know, the
Yeah.
fungus that grows on the maize,
Right.
on the corn. And as you can see, it's completely full, man.
It's packed. This market is sensational.
And this is one of the reasons why. So you have green salsa, another green salsa. This is like fresh. This is cooked green salsa. You have this red salsa. This another green salsa, but this is only serrano peppers with oil. If you eat this, man,
What do you mean serrano pepper with? This is just
this is just serrano.
Emulsified.
Yeah, really spicy. And look, only mired beans. That's an
Right.
one. So
Crazy.
you can put a little bit of everything to your sope.
I mean, this blows my mind because you're in control of your flavors you want.
Yeah.
I think you should go first, and I follow suit with like what do you think is best on here.
So, well, this already has beans, but I love beans, man. A little bit more on top.
What's crazy is like once you realize, okay, I love that salsa, you just go for more of that. You start with a little bit of everything.
Yes. So I'm gonna add a little bit of red salsa.
Well, that's good to know. So you can mix and it's not like that salsa goes with sopes now. It's,
If you go with my friends to a taco place, they're gonna add green, red.
you don't see the taco anymore. It's like
Exactly.
absolute.
Careful. I don't know how spicy it is.
Right.
I mean, I eat the spicy.
I mean, you're on it.
Yeah.
You want to be. That's on fire over there. So I'm gonna. Okay. I have to accept the challenge
I'm
basically.
gonna finish with the. This is fresh green salsa. This is not.
Yeah,
cooked.
it looks good.
Gives you like a
All right.
fresh touch, you know.
Okay, yeah, perfect. That's the thing, like these salsas are, to me, it's just a perfect element to every dish I had so far. It's like, because with that, you can always add a bright flavor.
Man, look at this. They look beautiful.
That's perfect.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Let's try it.
How do you even start with this beast?
I mean, you have a fork and knife, but man.
Nah, come on.
Let's just grab it.
Let's be real. Here we go. Oh. Man. Man, that masa,
Really crispy, right?
it's so crispy. Frying it almost elevates that flavor of that maize.
The great thing about a sope is like the textures, because the beans is like a sauce. It's basically a sauce.
Yeah.
Then the fresh lettuce, the onion, and whatever you put on top, and all that with a base of crispy masa.
Yeah. I love that. I love the different layers that you get here.
Yeah.
Also those salsas.
But I think you need
Oh,
to try
boy.
this one, man.
You warned me about this one.
Let me try it first to see if it's very spicy.
Oh yeah, it's just like the pre-tester. Come on.
A little bit.
I trust you. Okay.
There you go.
It kicks in, yeah? There we go.
It kicks in. I mean, it was a few drops, so maybe not so much, but
Oh yeah. The lumber is going off, but it's nice. It's a good spice. It's yeah. Here, come on. Hook me up.
do you want to try the with
Game over. Yeah, let's switch it up now.
now that I put a lot of salsa?
Perfect. Wow, man. They're so loaded. The mountain of flavor. That's really good. What a tip, man. Loving
Well,
it.
it's the right
Yeah. That's really good. This market is crazy, and that was intense. I love that.
And we still have one more thing to try.
Awesome.
Let's go.
After taking a few steps deeper into the underbelly of the market, you'll find yourself surrounded by a sea of bright yellow. It's its own world within a world, with all these stalls essentially belonging to one, Tostadas Coyoacán. And this time the name speaks for itself, because these guys churn out any kind of tostada you can imagine. For Calixto and me, the traditional plant-based options are cactus and mushrooms, both topped with some fresh lettuce and avocado.
So a tostada is basically a fried tortilla.
Yeah.
Deep fried tortilla. It's really crispy, and you can put any topping on it. And of course, salsa, man, all
course.
the time.
I am so excited. Here we go. Oh my word. Absolute disaster. First time eating a tostada is an absolute mess.
Tostada always gets really messy.
I must be sorry to say it, but it feels like a giant nacho.
Like a what?
Giant nacho?
Yeah.
Is that bad?
I mean, just don't say it in front of Mexican.
Okay, I knew it. That is so exciting, that flavor again. Like we had with the sopes a little bit, you know, that toasted fried masa, that is pretty intense. They're not shy with the toppings. That's what it's all about. There's so much. You bite into it and it's just like packed with flavor. Here we go, no polish. Okay. Crazy, so cool. Oh yeah. Cactus is just not a thing where I'm from to eat, obviously, because it's just not native. But it makes a perfect topping vegetable.
It's really fresh.
Fresh, got texture. The flavor of it is quite mild, but it works perfectly well with everything together. Thank you so much for taking me here, because when you step into this market, you're welcome with the incredible flavor of maize. And then we have these wonderful sopes, you know, that it's just so exciting to just go from stall to stall.
There are a lot of options here.
So many options, and it's so colorful. It's so much fun.
Como esto le canta a Hidalgo, que tiene cosas bonitas.
With our market visit having come to an end, the time felt right to take things into a different direction. Mexico City is a buzzing street food haven, there's no doubt about it. From the Gorditas, Pambazos and Sopes that I tried with Calixto, to the tacos, quesadillas and tlacoyos for my previous episode. Street food is an integral part of the city's modern DNA. But there's an often overlooked culinary side that predates the urban street food scene, one that is deeply rooted in the city's ancient history. And for that, it was time to leave behind the street-side comals and buzzing markets and instead take a ride down the river and back in time.
It's a new day. We're still in Mexico City, but we're on a boat. What's going on?
So this is Apantle or Canals. This used to be Mexico City, man. All like this.
I mean, look around you. It doesn't look like a city.
We are in Xochimilco.
Yeah.
These are the Chinampas that are completely man-made. We're talking about 4,000 years old. And yeah, we used to be like this, and sadly, culture is getting lost. But I'm gonna take you with some people that are fighting every day to preserve it and to promote it.
I mean, that's unbelievable, because tasting the food that is grown in the Chinampas, to me, it's like the common thread of traveling is when you go to a culture, people are most excited about the sort of the street food or the food that is famous outside of the country. That's why they go there and they want to taste it.
But if you really want to look into a culture, you have to taste the food that is, older than that. And usually that's the kind of food that is grown within proximity, within the region.
Exactly.
And it sounds like that's what you're going to show me, and I'm so excited.
Exactly. As I told you about, you think in Mexico City and you're like, yeah, bistec tacos, pastor tacos, man, that's new. If you think about the real Mexican City food, you need to go to the food that grows in the Chinampas. And that's what we're going to show you today.
Welcome to the ancient beating heart of Mexico City. The Chinampas of Xochimilco are floating farmlands built by the Mexica to feed Tenochtitlan, the once powerful capital of the Aztec Empire and the site on which Mexico City was built. Showing us around this monumental collaboration between humans and nature are Felipe and Nora, two members of the Chinampera school that is dedicated to keeping the system alive. With our tour starting on the canals, I learned that this entire area used to be one vast lake. All the land you see today is in fact floating, held together by an ingenious method and centuries of time.
El árbol de aguajote, que son todos estos árboles que rodean las chinampas, permiten retener el suelo. Sus raíces forman una especie de canasta que va reteniendo este suelo que se va incorporando. Tú lo que haces es tomar suelo del fondo del lago y vertirlo adentro de estos cuadrantes de donde están los árboles, ¿no? Generación tras generación vaya poniendo su centímetro de suelo pues para formar la chinampa, y pues actualmente se sigue haciendo eso, ¿no?
To many, the Chinampas of Xochimilco are nowadays synonymous with the sight of colorfully painted gondola-like trajineras that chipper through the serene beauty of the canals, accompanied by a soundtrack of wild birds and mariachi bands. Yes, ever since this area got recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987, it has also become a major tourist attraction. But if you know where to go, this might play to your advantage, because you'll find a kind of Mexican tradition that you would otherwise never expect.
We've already arrived at our first pit stop.
Michelada, man. You need to try it. Beer with chili.
Beer with chili, are you kidding me?
Michelada starts big. The size of this cup, it's known as the classic. Cover the rim with a Mexican chili called chamoy, then follow with a generous coating of toasted sesame seeds. Next up are lime juice and a sprinkle of salt before it's filled to the brim with your choice of beer.
Oh my word, look at, I mean, you're kidding me, the size of this thing is unreal.
This is the small one, man.
This is a small one, yeah, of course. Cheers to that? Yeah, I mean, you have to hold this thing with two hands, it's unreal.
What do you
lime
think?
juice. You kidding me?
What do you think of this?
That sweetness of that chili, then with sesame seeds, come on.
Yeah.
Man, what a drink.
I'm proud of you, man. Your first Michelada. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, it's absolutely delicious.
Fueled by the unexpected pit stop, it was time to explore the Chinampas by foot. Sadly, this time of the year, around January, means that most of the produce has already been harvested. Nonetheless, Felipe took us around the fields to show us some of the fruits of the system.
¿Es picante este chilito?
No, es muy
Oh, yeah.
es ligero.
After tasting the once endangered chili chicorrote,
It is, yeah, my mouth is on fire.
harvesting the season's last cauliflowers,
Look at that.
and washing it down with a shot of mezcal,
Bueno,
Unbelievable.
the value of the Chinampas may be best explained by the true reason for my visit. Because along with the Chinampas evolved a pre-hispanic culinary tradition that still today marks the backbone of Mexican cuisine. To show us what that means, there's no one better than Nora Gonzalez, who is known as a cocinera tradicional, a protector of this intangible part of Mexico's heritage.
Pues la chinampa es un policultivo. Todo el tiempo lo van sembrando por partecitas, entonces puedes encontrar una enorme diversidad en todo el año. La columna vertebral es la milpa, es el maíz, y alrededor de ella se va construyendo toda nuestra dieta. Pero también podemos encontrarnos calabaza, o maíz, o frijol, y sobre todo un montón de variedad de hortalizas. Entonces eso hace que nuestra dieta sea muy variada, que sea muy sana, y que la gente en Xochimilco es muy longeva.
With the fire lit and the ingredients all laid out, Nora showed us two traditional pre-Hispanic feasts, starting with a dish that even predates the arrival of cooking ceramics, because for this one, nature already provides everything you need. If there's one dish that best expresses the culinary tradition of Xochimilco, it's Tlapique de Frutos, an ancient recipe of steamed mixed vegetables referred to as fruits of the Chinampas. The base for all Tlapique is always the same: tomatoes, onions, Mexico's pungent herb epazote, and a bit of salt. From there you can add whatever the Chinampas provide that time of year. Today, Nora is using courgettes, cactus, courgette flowers, and mushrooms. Tlapique translates to wrapped in corn husks, a nod towards the traditional cooking vessel of choice. The husks are coated with a bit of oil and stuffed to the brim with the vegetables, before they are turned into a neat parcel and tied with a humble string made from more husks. For a second version, Nora chops some fresh pumpkin and adds it to the parcels. Then it's the wood fire's turn to work its magic. By charring the husks all around, the vegetables inside are steamed to tender perfection, meaning that this way of cooking was possible long before ceramic pots were used. The tlapique may be done, but when you're in Mexico, a dish like this is often just one of several components. Next up, Nora sautés a thick slice of onion before adding partially cooked beans called ayocotes along with their cooking liquid. Season it with salt, flavor it with oregano and some more epazote, then let it simmer into a comforting stew that in itself is a reminder of how simplicity is often the best route to wholesome flavors. Finally, no Mexican feast is complete without a salsa. For this one, tomatoes, onions, garlic and chilies are charred over the fire before I am put to the test. Charged with the honorary task of manning the molcajete, I get to work by grinding all of the ingredients until they transform into a luscious red salsa that begs to be tasted with a fresh tortilla.
Oh, acidity of the tomatoes, also sweetness from the onions and garlic.
Very good first salsa, man.
Awesome, but I had a good teacher.
Then it's time to bring it all together. First up is a crispy tostada, followed by the tlapique, beans and a generous spoonful of salsa. Do the same with a soft tortilla for something closer to a taco, and the true reflection of the treasures of the Chinampas is ready.
This is one of the most ancient food from here.
Unbelievable, I'm so excited. Cheers. Oh man, those beans, they're quite meaty, man. That's incredible. They're so slow cooked, but that adds so much incredible flavor.
The beans is a dish on itself, you know?
This is so much fun to eat.
Try the taco and tell me which one you like the most.
Okay. Wow. It's like two different dishes.
Yeah.
That's completely bonkers. What I do like about this one is you taste more of the filling, of the topping.
That's true.
If you bite into this one, the first hit you get is char, it's grill, smoke, bold flavors. This one is massive on texture. That crunch is really satisfying. But here it feels more like home cooking.
Yes.
Because you get those clean flavors of the bean or the steamed veg. It's so funny because, you know, it's such an ancient way of cooking. It seems so similar to like the French en papillote, you know, when you wrap it into parchment paper. But obviously this one is way older.
I mean, the magic in this is putting together a few ingredients, but quality ingredients, locally sourced, and you get this, man.
You know, there's a saying, what grows together goes together.
Yes.
And this is like the perfect example because this is Chinampas.
Yeah.
It's called the fruits of the Chinampas, right?
Yeah.
So this is exactly it. You've got the beans, you've got the squash, you've got the tortilla, you've got the maize. That is amazing. What a day.
Delicioso.
No necesitamos proteína animal.
We don't need animals.
I see.
No
Hey,
estamos
you said it on
usando-
camera, right?
No estamos sustituyendo ingredientes, solo estamos cocinando sin proteína.
That's what it's all about. Muchas gracias.
One down, one to go. Because no culinary feast in the Chinampas is complete without experiencing the true powers of Huitlacoche. As Calixto explained, Huitlacoche is essentially a fungus that grows on corn, but already since Aztec times, it's known as a delicacy. This dish gives it the spotlight it deserves. First, a generous drizzle of oil is heated inside a giant ceramic pot. Follow with some diced onions and tomatoes, then it's already showtime for the star of the dish. After letting the ingredients soften gently in the oil, they are flavored with salt and a handful of epazote. Add plenty of water and let the heat of the wood fire work its charm. Meanwhile, Nora gets started on the second iconic part of this soup. After mixing some masa with oil, herbs, water and salt, she makes a soft dough that is then shaped into small balls with an indent, reminiscent of a belly button. These dumplings are called chochoyotes, and after Calixto and I joined the ranks to roll them out, they too are destined for the aromatic broth. Once they begin to float under the satisfying rolling boil, the Caldito de Huitlacoche is ready to be served. Add a little bit to a bowl, then top it with coriander, lime juice and plenty of the salsa we made earlier.
What about that smell, man?
That is incredible. I mean, just the smell itself puts a smile on your face.
Real food, man.
Real food.
Real
That's it.
Mexican food.
Real Mexican. That is the Mexican food no one knows about. Here we go. I'll try to get everything on one spoon.
Get the masa.
One of the masa balls.
Yes.
Oh, look, come on. No way. Oh. The most fragrant soup. Every little bite is a different texture. Every little bite is a different flavor burst. So delicious. But it's so balanced.
And this is what Huitlacoche is amazing. I mean, you can feel in the texture, this is fresh, man. It gives you like a little bite. It kind of like explodes in your mouth, you know?
It's not, when you eat it in the city, it's much more mushroomy.
Yes.
And here it's more vegetable.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Exactly. But you know what? That one word that describes the soup is soothing to me. When you eat that, it's just so soothing.
Also the cilantro gives it an amazing taste. The lime, the salsa, because I mean, you're in Mexico, man. You always need some spicy, you know?
Yeah, but what a fun way to flavor food, to add a little bit of salsa for that heat.
¿Qué tal?
Lore,
Muy
buenísimo.
rico. Muy rico.
Delicioso.
Muchas gracias. My God, what a dish. What a dish.
Probably you will never see this.
That's the thing, you can't order it, but that's such a shame.
Exactly.
People need to go out into the city and serve this kind of food because this is so exciting.
This is a dish that not only warms your body but your heart, you know? It's
Soul food.
soul food, exactly.
Mexican soul food. That's it.
Second round.
Yeah, let's go.
Man, the last 2 days were incredible. We had a lot of amazing food, from the street food to here in the Chinampas. Unreal.
But man, I gotta know, what was your favorite food?
It's a tough question. We had a lot of wonderful food. Before I can say my favorite, there's a quick recap.
Mexico City has long been known as a street food haven, yet this tour proved to me that there's far more to it than tacos and quesadillas. From unseen street food dishes to an entire culinary tradition rooted in its pre-hispanic food culture, this city is packed with endless options. But which one will claim the throne as the favorite of them all? We kick things off with Gorditas, the sensational charred masa that is stuffed with fragrant mushrooms or comforting potatoes. Then there was Pambazos, the salsa-soaked sandwich with a fiery attitude that we washed down with one of the many fresh juices you find all around town. Later we hit the market to try more masa icons like Sopes topped with rajas and Huitlacoche, as well as Tostadas topped with cactus and mushrooms. And of course, we ventured out to the ancient heart of the city, the Chinampas of Xochimilco. Here Nora showed us an incredible feast, starting with a trio of tlapique, beans and salsa that she served on toasted tortillas, before following it all with a soothing soup that champions the local delicacy known as Huitlacoche.
So, Dan, man, what was your favorite?
I mean, honestly, the Chinampas are the absolute winner. That experience of cooking or in the fields, seeing where the food grows and then having those flavors, it's a once in a lifetime. But if we talk about the street food, it's the Gorditas.
Gorditas.
Oh man, that
Okay.
texture of the crispy masa,
Okay.
and then stuffed with those mushrooms, unreal. That was wonderful.
Okay, I agree with you in that one. Gorditas were my
was the
favorite
street food
of street food, yeah. But I also agree that you can get street food anytime. Experiences like this, once in a lifetime, man.
Absolutely,
This is the
honestly,
real
this was so much fun. And also, that's the kind of food you'll never find in the city.
Yeah, no way.
Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thanks to you, man.
Cheers.
And with that, my second episode here in Mexico has come to an end. But I'm not done quite yet. I'm heading deeper into the country to explore Mexico's culinary haven, Oaxaca. This is the mecca of traditional Mexican food. From homemade tortillas to stuffed tamales and chocolate like you've never seen before. Tune into my next episode to see what that's all about. And if you like this one, then hit thumbs up and subscribe, and see you next time.
Cuando se alegra, cielo.